Mike, given the opposition here tonight, two-time defending Stanley Cup champions, what defines a champion and be able to do that and over the consistency of a real tough league and schedule?
Well, obviously, great skill. They've, done a nice job of amassing good skill. Obviously, Sid sets a bar of work ethic and determination that is unsurpassed. And then Malkin's, he's won the Conn Smythe, he's a hell of a player, and then they got a great core. So there's lots of guys that probably won't get talked about. Phil Kessel's a great player, and so is a good player. There's tons of good players that don't get talked about as much, but they get the win, and they don't have to deal with you people asking them questions every day. They just go under the radar. So some people think that's a good thing.
You were complimentary a couple of weeks ago in Pittsburgh about how engaged the Penguins are during the so-called dog days. How would you feel your team has handled that stretch of whatever games, 40 to 60?
Well, I thought we did a real good job. I thought, up until we got feeling too good about ourselves, probably this last little bit, that things were going pretty good. We also, I think, set ourselves up a little bit with our 10-day road trip that we probably didn't have to go on, but that's all part of it. And to me, when the puck's dropped at night, you got to find a way to win, and you got to find a way to play well. And we haven't been good enough the last couple here, so we got to get back on track.
Your time with Sid at the Olympics, how much of a student was he just in terms of finding different ways, different avenues to try to?
Well, all the good players, and if you go right back to it, all the great players that I've ever coached, they pick something each summer and they go get better at it. And whether that be the face-off circle, whether that be turnbacks, whether that be shooting on the backhand, they want to get better. And everything they do, R&D, Rob and do. So they see someone who does something better than them in the game, they mirror that, they take it, and they get better at it. And so he's just continued to grow his craft. Over the period of time when he's had injuries, he's just found a way to stay patient and to battle his way back and to continue to be an elite player. He's been great, and every time I coached him, the best for sure was at the World Cup with Marchand and Bergeron. But he's just continued to elevate. And, anytime you're a veteran team that's done a lot of winning, there's another gear for these guys. They're going to kick it in here. And, I'm sure in their room they think they're going to be three-time champs, or three-peat, not they're already multiple times. But, I think he just sets the bar high, and his determination and his will to get better, that's what separates the superstars anyway, and he's that.
He's 30 years old now, Mike. I guess he's not, we can't say he's Sid the Kid anymore, but, this league is, constantly younger players are coming in and having an impact. Do you get any sense that it's important to him that he sort of stay in that group as we move along here?
Well, I don't know who talks about someone going by him. It sure wasn't me.
Yeah.
So he still sets the bar no matter what anyone tells you in this league.
Mike, you obviously have that superstar talent to be able to spread Sid, Malkin, and Kessel on 3 different lines, but can you learn anything from that? I know you at least kind of do something similar where it is 3 lines that can kind of all hurt good.
Well, I think, and you put Brassard in the mix, they have Bonino before, is if you have good depth down the middle, no one's starving to death on the wings. If you don't have enough centers, you put people together, because the guy's out there all by himself, never gets the puck, and pretty soon things aren't going good. So I think the depth at center allows people to drive their own line, and they're all capable of doing it. So I think that's straightforward. As far as Kessel goes, Kessel, Kane, guys who can transport the puck like that can drive their own line. Mitch Marner as a winger. Not many guys can drive a line as a winger because of their inability to transport the puck. But because they transport the puck so good and have that kind of passing skill as well, if you're just a shooter, you're out there by yourself, it's hard. You need someone to help you.
Yesterday, you still had to dig in on what Pittsburgh was going to do in terms of how you set your lineup. What did the pre-scout tell you?
Well, I'm just going to stay the same way I was in practice. So, obviously, we watched them quite a bit. I watched them quite a bit anyway. But we set our lineup up, which we feel gives us the best opportunity to win. And then when the game starts, we'll adjust accordingly.
What sort of progress have you seen from William? He's gotten a chance in the middle.
Yeah, I think Willie's done a nice job. He's more competitive all the time. You still got to learn how to stop in the right spots and play without the puck. And tonight's a real test. You're playing real players. There's no matchup you like. You just say, here it is. So you got to look the other guy in the eye and you got to play him. It's just that simple. But I think that's why you're in the game, is you want to play against the best, and you want to measure yourself against the best, and you want to show that you're better. And I don't think when you do it one night, it's a huge deal, but I think when you're a young guy, it is.